Ho 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 ho. All right. All right. We are on. Ho 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 ho. And let's see here. I need to switch things off, turn things on. Do that. Topic. 95. Hey, good morning, Orbit, Captain Jetlag and Kuro. Oh yeah. Comfort Zone Friday. It's gonna be good. I can already feel it. Hey, Marius. How's it going? So today, they said that it'll be 27 degrees outside. I went to drop my kid off at school like at 8 in the morning, and it was like you could go in t-shirt. Fantastic. Can't be happier. Spring and summer is finally here. Usually what happens, I remember, like, good morning, Karathi, is that if it's a late spring, the spring is really short, and it just goes to summer. It's gonna be cool. So I'm gonna, in the weekend, I'm gonna try to go out and sketch in the sun with my family and just hang out. So I recommend you guys do that as well. Go and enjoy the sun for those who have it. Good morning, Atsuki. All right, let's get it on. It's 10 past. So I don't actually know what I'm going to paint, but I think I'll paint with light today. I kind of looked back yesterday for those who were on Discord. I wrote some stats about this warm-up stream. And the birthday of the stream, the first stream I did was May 2nd, 2016. So we are over a year old. We're over a year old. I think somewhere around 270, more or less, plus minus a couple here and there. I don't remember the exact figure. I wrote it on Discord, but that is not counting the extra streams on Saturdays and the 2-week challenges. It's just the daily warm up every day, every working day. So the official one year celebration would have been on May 2nd, which it isn't, which I didn't check that. I should have. But next May 2nd is going to be a birthday stream or something. I don't know what, but we definitely need to celebrate the 2-year. I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Anyways, so that's a cool thing. We now know the birthday of 30-minute warm-up. And definitely, like someone suggested, the name escapes my mind at the moment. I apologize. But definitely the 300th stream, we gotta do something special for. I was thinking of maybe trying to put up a counter of sorts where we can see when the stream is, which is number 300. So it's a little bit more clear. Don't know how we should count that. I think I have to manually change the number, maybe on the topic. Maybe the topic thing I can just add numbers to. Hey, Huey Tio. Dio. I don't know how to pronounce it. Hey, Fricadillo. It's not going to be a spider. I think it's leaning towards some sort of wizard, some troll wizard of sorts. So he has a fur on his shoulders. There's a cow. There's a big nose here. Tusks kind of coming out here. That's what I'm going for. So I was, like I was saying, sorry to say, I was looking at all the old streams, and it's so funny to see the evolution, like going back to episode 1, the very first one that I streamed. Well, it was cool. And the stream was, back then, it was just me drawing whatever I wanted. So it was a complete comfort zone, spur of the moment paintings. Not at all like taking, asking for topics or taking requests. You know, which was interesting. Hey, Jordy. Good morning. It was fun to take a trip down memory lane. See how the stream was back then. The first stream it had just like bjornhurri.com overlay on the webcam and nothing else. Kind of hilarious. Jordy. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to IFCC, man. It's gonna be so cool. I've been working on my lecture. It's definitely getting there. I'm a little bit anxious about it, as you should be, I think. Wanting to do your very best and all that. Don't want to, like, there's this thing. I don't know how many of you are aware of this term, but there's a term called imposter syndrome, which is you feel not worthy, like that you are an imposter, that you are worse than other people, like let's say of your peers, or let's say you're having a lecture or a presentation, and you feel like, oh no, I'm the only one, like everyone else is so much better than me. What am I doing here? And so on. And it's a very innate feeling people have, and something that a lot of people should just disregard and remember that everyone is different and everyone knows different things, and everyone can contribute with something, and there's no such thing as I am not as good as everyone else. That everyone has their own flavor, everyone have their own say in the matter. It's a really interesting thing, this imposter syndrome, and I'm definitely feeling it already. Even before I started talking, I always feel it. I always feel like, oh shit, what do I have to say? Like I don't have anything. I feel like why should I stand there and talk? And that's why I also work extra hard on my lectures and try to have a good point. And I don't know. I'm an imposter. Jordan, yeah, I usually do that. I usually have a beer or two before or during. It definitely helps with the nerves and like I don't give a shit. Like the imposter syndrome goes away. But it's always nerve-wracking to stand in front of like a couple of hundred of people talking about your innermost weird, not innermost, but some of your thoughts and theories, and trying to be educational. And there's not like I copy pasted from someone else. This is my world, you know, trying to be expressed in words, and then it's looking at 200 people looking at you while you're talking. It's a bit it's a bit daunting, but it's all good. I enjoy it. I mean, I am not forced to do it. I choose to do the lectures, but I definitely nervous every time. But it's a good thing. It's spice to my life, you know. That's cool, Jordan. I'm really glad to hear that. I don't take it as kiss ass because I don't get any feedback of my lectures. You know, no one talks about it really. I think it was one or two people who commented last year after the stream or after the lecture saying that they really liked it, which was, you know, great to hear. But all in all, like, it's so quiet. No one has given me any feedback or comments about it online or anything, you know. It's weird. I just hope it would. I just hope it's good, or that people think it's shit and ignoring me, or. But I'm glad you liked it, Jordy, and thank you for voicing your opinion about it. Um, but I'm also not doing it to, you know, to get butt slaps. But it's always in fun to hear something, you know, good, bad, improve this. I think 2 years ago I did a version of that lecture at IFCC in London, and I got a feedback of a friend who said do more jokes. So this year I'm gonna try, but my talk this time is not very joke friendly. But I need to put in some jokes in there. Hutio, maybe they're afraid. Probably. Kuru. I mean they applauded. So that's good. I guess I got to take that as some sort of indicator that I did a good job. And I was asked to come back straight after I did my lecture. I mean, that is also in, you know, when you think about it, a good sign. But, you know, there's no spoken feedback or written feedback. You know, in that sense, it's hard to know that if it was good or not. I mean, I hope it was. I personally think it was. I liked my lectures about character design and theory and things like that. That's what I enjoy thinking about. Captain Jetlag, yeah, these really awkward jokes, they're the best. And just and just stand there fiddling. Jordan, yeah, that's true. Cosmic banana. Fricadello. Yeah, man. Joking when you don't do jokes, but it's like super cleaned up, cringe like jokes. Oh man, it's so horrible. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, that was one of the comments I told my friend. Like, I'm not the joking kind of guy, uh, but I had a little bit of kind of funny comments rather than joke. It's not like two shrimps walked into a bar joke. That, that I'm not gonna do. Definitely not gonna do. I'm not that kind of talker. But I mean, that being said, I mean, this is my 6th or 7th lecture, like workshop lecture. I've been teaching for 5 years at CGMA, or 5 years ago at CGMA, or for 4 years at CGMA. Started 5 years ago, so I haven't done it for a year. At work, I've done it for 8 years, 9 years, 8, 7. I don't even know how long I've been working at the studio. So I mean, that part is not. I mean, I'm not a beginner. You know, I know how to hold a lecture. That's not the problem. The problem is just that, yeah, if you don't get feedback, it's hard to know if you're doing good or bad, or what to change. Or but like George said, he was happy with it. He thought it was one of the better ones, which is good. Jordy, yeah. The thing with that is that it's so easy to do, right? People just have it and they comment about what they're doing, and I mean, sure, it's cool, but there's so many of the instructors doing that. You know, for me, it's a great thing, sure, but you got to see things being done or being explained, or you know, I don't know, some sort of feedback and technique. I don't know. That's what I enjoy, at least. I'm biased when it comes to stuff like that. I want to learn thought and process rather than look at what I can do. Here's how I do it. I don't know. Hey, Svensson Art. Good morning. Jordy, Jordy, true, maybe, but there's going to be other people showing their workflow. I mean, that's the usual go-to, right? It's like, oh, here's my painting, here's the layers, here's how I do it. I mean, I did that 1 year while being sick, and I don't know, it didn't feel fun. Like going through, it felt boring to listen to me talk about each layer. Oh, you know, granted, I was sick, but I don't know, it didn't feel like interesting for me. Like, I'd rather talk theory or discuss things and have a more explanation rather than saying, oh, here I turned the layer to overlay, and I was thinking that, and I don't know. Not to shit on any other of the lecturers doing that, but me, I don't know. I don't like it. I remember the workshops I went to, and the ones that stuck the most in my mind were the workshops giving lessons about facts and theories and workflow in more of a pragmatic matter rather than just showcasing your skills. When it's showcases, I don't know, I don't learn that much from it other than just being inspired about, wow, that process is really good. I don't have no idea how they did it, but it looks great. You know, that's how I feel. Well, I mean, it's still awesome to see someone really, really talented do their stuff really, really well. But I think everything has its place, and if everyone does that, I think the workshop can be a bit. I think it's good to have a little bit of everything. Someone talking about their life experiences, someone talking about theory, someone showcasing skills. I think all in all. Kuru, yeah, exactly. Hey, Smee! Oh, fantastic. Smee. Smee's a childhood friend of mine and a kick-ass first-person shooter player and all-around cool guy. I have my lecture more or less finished, Jordy. Um, uh, not the text is not perfectly finished yet, but the full like whole picture of the lesson is done. The general of everything I want to say is put down in text. I think what's next to do is like run through the lecture and and first kind of say it loud, uh, and then do adjustments in the text. You know, like where to fill out more, what should I talk about more specifically, and so on. But all in all, the lecture is done. I need to see how long it takes because I think I have an hour this year. I asked for an hour at least. I don't want to do a 2-hour one. Um, and then you know fiddle with it. But all in all, it's finished. I'm going to be talking about creativity and kind of breaking it down in theory and thought and things like that. You know, things to think about, stereotypes, trends, power of sketchbooks, and I will talk about 30-minute warm up. Yeah, we'll I will drop that little bomb on that lecture. And probably reveal a plan, like a little bit of a first reveal, if I have time for it, which I hope I will, but we'll see on the lecture. Or probably not, I hope, but most likely I won't have time. Because, you know, I want to have the lecture really, really good first before I work on the reveal if there is time for it. But we'll see, we'll see. Next step for 30-minute warm-up reveal. Say art, yeah. World domination. That is my plan. No, we'll see. I'm hoping that there will be enough time for it. I really want to. So I just have like a week or two. No, a week. Yeah, a week left. So, you know, there's not that much time, especially if you're tired and you need to do family stuff, you need to go here, do that. Time can easily run. I mean, I started at the beginning of the month working on the lecture, and I thought, like, oh, I'll be done. I'll start early, I'll be done fast, and I can just kind of take my time. But no, I've been like fiddling on it and all these things. So next week, I'm gonna have to practice the talk and then make it, you know, practice it to the amount where I feel comfortable with it, so I can just remember everything. is really important. You don't want to stand there up on stage and go, yeah, and then look in your notes and go, what was I gonna say? Nightmare fuel. Sayard, yeah, excellent. No, I really want to, like, I'm in one aspect of me is that, like, I want to be perfectionist, but I'm never perfect. But I just not perfectionist at all. Like I am not in that, not that negative connotation to it, but I like my general point of view on the things is like, if I'm going to have to do something, I should do it well. You know? I really like, if you're going to do a lecture, I don't want to do a, you know, like a cheap thing. I want to do the lecture properly. I want to have some cool things to say, you know, like really apply myself to, like, to anything, like to art. I want to make sure that, you know, that I do art in an interesting way. If I want to be a father, you know, make sure that I am a good father. All these things. Like, I like to be good at what I'm doing. Like martial arts, I really applied myself when doing martial arts to learn it, to understand it. And same with, like, going on a skateboard, whatever it is. You know, I never liked the idea of half-assing something. I think that's an important thing in general, like to to cherish or to respect what you're doing to the point where you can feel proud of what you're doing rather than being having to excuse yourself. You know, there, like, a lot of people say, like, oh, this is what I do, but, you know, I could do so much better, or, you know, it's easy to excuse yourself by saying, you know, I am better than this, but I can't show it. So with anything I do, I always enjoy the idea of, you know, anyone can ask me, oh, if I say that I play guitar, you know, I want to be, at least be able to play the guitar at the level where I'm happy playing. You know? So then, if I would start learning to play guitar, I would make sure that I'm really good at it. Otherwise, why even bother? Like, that's why, for example, this stream, this warm-up stream, I try to improve it. I try to think about, you know, what can I do to make it more interesting? How can I improve it for you? You know, I don't know. I like the idea of respecting what you're doing. Jordan, yeah, I know the feeling. I know exactly what you're saying about, oh, how, you know, the what can you contribute and so on. I mean, a lot of professionals don't want to have a lecture. You know, that's fair. No one's making no one's making me have something to say, but I do enjoy the idea um, of helping people and having something to say. I mean, obviously, you guys join me in almost every day and enjoy the rants I have and looking at my process and hanging out and teaching each other and so on. So I think I always see it like that, you know, there's has to be a purpose behind it and a reasoning behind it. And I think I do have interesting things to say at times. Maybe not all the time, you know, but I think I think it's good. And they're also being asked, like, would you like to, means that you've done something right that justifies someone asking you, would you like to contribute? You know, and that is something I've been thinking about as well, about like the imposter syndrome, right? And there was this article I retweeted. Definitely Captain Jetlag. I agree with that. So this article I read about, I retweeted it on Twitter, I think, about what you should and shouldn't do when dealing with art directors. And especially one thing stood out to me in that article, and that was about don't do weird stuff when they approach you for a job. And with that I mean, like, they want to hire you, right, to do something for them. You get a gig, and you go like, oh yeah, I want to do it like in the style of Marko Djurdjevic or whatever, and you start expanding out in a way where maybe it's not your portfolio, or maybe you get starstruck because of this art director approaching you, and or this company approaching you, and you want to fit their style or whatever. You know, you try a bit too hard, and I think that's a very valid point. Like I've mentioned about being asked to do a lecture. If you're being asked to do working for a client, they obviously have been looking at the body of your work and enjoy you as an artist. You know, the point where you get asked to do a job, they like you as an artist, and the second you try to please them by changing up something or experimenting with a style that is not native to you, that is horrible and negative. Like, do you really, really well? You know, comfort zone, like why I'm always talking about comfort zone. It's so important because that is your like native language, right? Visual native language. That's where you are happy and create your interesting things. But it's just that with knowledge, you can improve your comfort zone, or you can experiment with techniques on the side in your sketchbooks, you know, on your warm-ups. And then your portfolio should not contain your warm-ups or sketches or experimentations. Your portfolio should contain your best work. And that's what you should get hired for. And your best work shouldn't be you trying some new weird style. Your portfolio should be comfort zone, what you absolutely love to do. All right, time's up. Imposter syndrome, right? It's horrible. All right, that's it. Time's up. Became some sort of wizard, orc wizard of, I don't know, of some sort. So tomorrow, Saturday at 8 p.m. UK time, gonna be 2-week challenge paint over session, starting at, like I said, 8 p.m. in the evening UK time. Those who don't want to go to that stream, see you Monday morning, and have a fantastic day. Good night if you're in that part of the world. Enjoy the weekend, enjoy the sun, and catch you on Discord. Stay cool, people. Here comes the outro. Woohoo! Wave outro.